Have you heard about this very loud noise about online works? I have. Coming from Kenya, it's just slightly close to a month since the last training offered by the Ministry of ICT on online jobs or how to get online jobs. And a lot of concern has come from that kind of a training. I would want us to look into that. My name is Magdalene Kamau and I'm speaking to you from Mombasa in Kenya. Now, just recently, actually, let me say less than 2 weeks ago, the first group of youth were trained under a program called Ajira Digital. And what was so exciting about this is the number of people who turned up for a free training that was fully taken care of by the government. I know I've done 3 videos since that time, but the funny thing is how much attraction or how much buzz that has come from those videos. Now, I can tell you this. The Ajira Digital training was about training the youth or training the Kenyans on how to get online work. And after I did my 3rd video, I realized something. Every time I posted on Facebook, a lot of noise was coming from that. They had a lot of views, but at the same time, I noticed that most of the questions were about, now that we've been trained, then what? Now, after the training, I actually came home and decided to try out what we had been trained, and I'm very, very grateful. Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very grateful to what the Kenyan government has done using a Ajira Digital program to train youth on how to get online jobs. However, I must emphasize this. The number of questions I'm getting about the progress, like how do I move from creating the account to getting the real job, has left me wondering, what was the unspoken word? What exactly didn't the trainers do? Because I actually thought they did everything. But about a week ago, I had a lady who visited my house, and I was actually training her how to open an Upwork account. Now, if you're an online worker, I'm so sure you've seen those platforms: Upwork, Fiverr, Guru, iWriter, iFreelancer, and all that. There are quite a number of platforms, and I've spoken about them in my earlier videos. Now, the very interesting thing is that in each one of these platforms, there's usually this very funny question about experience. Now, you and I know this. No matter what kind of a job you're looking for, experience is vital, right? I'm concerned about that because if you're new to online work, then you have 0 experience. Exactly, you have 0 experience. So what are you going to include in the experience section? Not even that. Even before you talk of experience, what kind of jobs will you be going after? Now, this video and the videos that I'll do after this will be explaining to you how to go about it. Is it because I've worked with Upwork? I can tell you this for a fact. A week after I applied, I finished the training, which I did my training in June. A week after, I actually managed to get my first job in Upwork. That was not my first online job, but it was the first online job that I got under Upwork and the likes of those platforms. I have done online work where I actually apply, where client has asked for people who can write specific kind of articles, because I'm an online writer, and I apply and get that. And therefore, I've used that as my experience. But how did I begin? And how did I go about this? Now, let me get this right. My aim here as a business mentor is actually to help you be able to create an online business. I don't want you to look at this online work from a perspective of an employee. That is wrong. Online work is not and is never meant for employees. It is meant for entrepreneurs. Get that right. Online work is not meant for employees, but for entrepreneurs. And only the smart people get that right. Now I want to take you through something here. And the thing is, helping you identify what kind of work you can actually do online and how you can know what work it is. Then I will help you go on further and create a real business out of it. There's no need of you behaving like an employee. It's online work, you're gonna do it at home after all, right? Great, I'm glad we are together. Now, 3 facts I want you to put in your mind. The first fact as you go out looking for online work, the first fact that you need to put in your mind is this: online work is for entrepreneurs. Fact number one. It's not for employees. If you're an employee or you're carrying your employee mentality, get it off. Number two, you have zero experience. That's why you're listening to this video, because I believe you're a beginner. Number three, the only reason as to why I believe you're an entrepreneur is that you're already wondering why this money is not coming in so fast. As an entrepreneur, you want things moving fast. As an employee, it doesn't matter. At the end of the month, you can still get your pay, right? Now that you're an entrepreneur, we can go on with this mind. I'm helping you create a very successful business from doing online work. Can we get that right? If we can create the very successful business, then we need to know this. We're gonna go step by step. The first step is this. The first step is identifying what kind of a job or what kind of service are you offering the online client. I'm an online writer and I write on entrepreneurship. Did you get that? I'm a writer and I write on entrepreneurship. Please don't ask me to write for you in sports. I have no idea which side of a football field is which. I do go and watch rugby quite a bit, and I love the way these men keep banging each other and still, telling each other sorry and helping each other up. I mean, that's awesome. I love it. But I have no idea whatsoever how to write about sports. So I wouldn't write about sport. Why did I tell you that I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a writer? I write on entrepreneurship. I need you to know that there's a service that you will offer. Then also there's that very particular field that you venture in that product that you're offering. The product for me is the writing. The product for you could be graphic design. The product for you could be development, software development. But now when it comes to the particular part, this bit for you, if you're a graphic designer, maybe you just make logos. So if you had this crazy word, niche, N-I-C-H-E, it just means area of specialization. Now if you're going to offer any service online, know the product, but also know the niche. If you are a software developer, what's your niche? Could it be simply mobile applications? Could be only web application? You know why we go so specific? Whenever you're trying to sell a shirt on an ordinary kind of business, you do not make one shirt that can be worn by the whole world, from a 0-year-old child to the 99-year-old grandfather. You don't do that. Instead, you make something fancy like what I'm wearing today, or you make something that could be worn by maybe a guy of around 60 years. Then you actually go ahead and specify you want something sleeveless because you want it for the hot weather. I live in Mombasa and it gets crazy hot here. That's why this will be suitable for Mombasa and not Nairobi, especially around this time. Now, why do we want you to specialize when you're offering a service? Because you cannot serve the whole wide world. And the day you wake up thinking that you can do that, you're cuckoos, you're gone, you're finished. Now, as an entrepreneur, I will tell you this. If you decide to do graphic design as the product that you're going to offer to the client, think of logos. And we'll go further and discuss this a little bit further. If you decide to be a writer, maybe because you can write very nice articles, go and find out what kind of writing you can do. Maybe you can write political kind of articles. And if you decide to go politics, please stop going sports. It's not your area. Go there and specialize. Make it so good so that nobody can resist you. Anytime you try to move around, you're writing about this, about that. My friend, you're wasting your time. Be good and be known for being good. You might be asking me, now I do so many things in life. My product is writing, my product is graphic design, my product is mobile app. How do I know the specific area, the niche? I'll tell you this. There are specific things that you can use to discover your niche or the area that you're going to specialize in. One, your product will be determined by the passion, the great burning fire in you about doing that work that you want to give, the kind of service that you want to offer. That the product can be determined by your passion. However, if you want to be very specific about the niche, you need to go beyond passion. which means we need to look at skills. What skills do you have? So other than passion, now you have skills. After skills, we look at what are you able to learn within the time that you have to set up your profile. So passion, skill, and then what you're able to learn. The fourth thing is what you're able to access. The reason as to why I would not want to write about ice or ice skating is because I don't have an access to a rink. So I wouldn't know how to take good photos about a rink in Mombasa, because in Mombasa we don't have that. Actually, it's really hot in Mombasa that if you build a rink in Mombasa, you might not find enough clients. People prefer to be at the beach. We're near the Indian Ocean. Actually, we enjoy the Indian Ocean better than we would enjoy a rink. Now, once you've known what you're able to access, there is also the idea of thinking your general talent. Leave alone the passion, your general talent. Now, I'm very well, and I would say I'm talented in speaking. I do a lot of public speaking. So it's my talent, it's inborn, it's something that is in me. So I would find it very uncomfortable if whatever I was offering would be like just graphic design, because I don't do graphics so well, though I do it. And I prefer that you hear my voice because I know it's awesome. So I do videos and I do audios, and when I'm not doing that, then I write. So you see, for me to build around my niche, I've had my passion, I've brought in my skills, I've brought in what I'm able to learn, I'm bringing in what I'm able to access, and then I'm bringing in my talent. When I bring in these 5, out of these 5, I bring in one thing, my niche. Can you find out these 5 things and then come up with your niche? Your product is this big, but so many people will offer that same product. So many people can write, but not so many people can write on entrepreneurship. So using my body here, look at those 5 fingers. Out of this, come up with something. And in the next video, let us discuss how we can make that work for you. For now, I'll let you go edit. Goodbye.